Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Phantom Sableye here. I'm coming to you with the first UU live match. I was kind of hoping the UU suspect test would be over today. Unfortunately, it's not. So because of that, our ranking is still not that high. So yeah, I did kind of wait. I did kind of want to wait for the suspect test to end before I started to record. But I said, screw it, guys. I said screw it, so I'm just going to go ahead and record this battle. Unfortunately, we are lower on the rank, so we won't be finding too many competitive battles. That's okay. I gave this team a name. I gave it Slug to Rule. Simply because Gastrodon just puts in so much work. It's so ridiculously good. It's insane. I played only 2 battles with this team so far. The one that I had recorded in the bonuses, and another one where Gastrodon came in and just it did a lot of work to where Mamoswine came in at the end and it just swept my opponent. It was also a really good battle as well. I wish I would have recorded that one actually as well, but that's okay. But anyway, I also gave my Pokemon some nicknames finally. I nicknamed Mega Beedrill Dancing Swords just to kind of scare my opponent into thinking that I'm running Swords Dance. I couldn't really think of any other name for Mega Beedrill. So yeah. Then we have Luna, the Cresselia. I don't know. I kind of like the name, or Lila. It's just a common name I would give to my Cresselias. And I came up with a new nickname for my Empoleon. I called it Triple H. For those of you who don't know, he's a wrestler, or he was a wrestler, and they called him King of Kings. And Empoleon wears a crown, so I figured it would work good. He's a King of Kings, man. Then we have Cherry on top, or Slurpuff. Yeah, very general name. No salt, please, the Gastrodon, because slugs and snails don't like salt. And our Mamoswine's nicknamed Wreck Shop, because when Mamoswine hits the field, he just completely wrecks shop. Alright, let's look for a battle, you guys. Hopefully Showdown isn't laggy. I did end up fixing the internet connection just a little bit, so hopefully we'll have better connection now. I did work out a little deal with my mother. But yeah. Anyway, we find our opponent. He's running a pretty cool team. Obviously, like I said, he's probably running one of the best UU Megas right now in the tier, thanks to Mamoswine. He does have his counter to Mamoswine as well, that being his Rotom Heat. And everything else pretty much just gets one-shotted by Mamoswine. No, that's a lie though, but it does a lot to... Icicle Crash does a lot to a Donphan. And I'm sure an Earthquake would hurt Scrafty a lot, and Earthquake would really hurt Porygon Z as well. As for my opponent opening up, I'm not too sure what he wants to open up with. But I'm going to open up with my Mega Beedrill Dancing Swords. We do outspeed, so I'm just going to go for a U-turn. And we're going to probably switch out into our Cresselia. That way we can hit it with a Psychic. If he decides to switch out into something besides the Rotom Heat, I will proceed to paralyze it with Thunder Wave. As he does get up his Stealth Rocks, as I had figured he would want to do, I'm just going to click Psychic. He'll probably switch into his Scrafty here. Then again, he doesn't know what type of Cresselia I am, as I could be carrying Moonblast, and that should OHKO a Scrafty. It should. Matter of fact, I kind of tempted to go for a Thunder Wave on the Scrafty, but I'm just going to click Psychic. As he actually switches into Porygon Z, I'm going to click Thunder Wave because I want to paralyze this Porygon Z, as it could be Choice Scarf, as he does reveal Shadow Ball, and now he's paralyzed. And I'm going to switch into no salt, please, because we are salt vested and we should be able to eat up any hit this Porygon-Z wants to go for. And look at that. That does nothing. Nothing. No salt, please, is a complete monster, guys. Do not mess around. Do not sleep on no salt, please, because yeah, he's gonna be doing a hell of a lot of damage to most Pokemon. Scrafty comes in on a Scald. Not the best switch in because I could be getting a burn with our Scald. Earth Power does have a bit higher. It's a bit stronger, but I think I'm going to continue to click Scald. If he decides to set up on me, so be it. Then I hope I can get the burn. He could go for a knockoff, which will really hurt our Gastrodon. I don't think it'll take him out. I really hope not. Okay, he does go for a knockoff. He knocks off the Assault Vest. That's unfortunate. I'm going to be able to go for a Scald. And right here, I'm going to switch out into Luna. And he is going to go for the Drain Punch, so he's going to get hurt by that Rocky Helmet as well. Right here I do expect him to go for another knockoff, so I'm going to switch out into my no salt please. That way I can get a free switch into anything I want. As he does go for a knockoff. And right here I could go out into Cherry on Top. Unless he's running the Iron Head or the Poison Jab, but I could proceed to set up on this Scrafty. Does he have any way of stopping a sweep? It doesn't seem like it. I see my Cherry on Top sweeping the opponent, unless he's running Poison Jab or Iron Head. I am going to take that risk though. Let's see what my opponent wants to switch out into. That is, if he decides to switch, he might just go for a knockoff or something of that nature. If he's not running Iron Head or Poison Jab on his Scrafty, then I can guarantee you that Cherry on Top should be able to sweep the rest of my opponent's team. Should. As he does switch out into Crobat. Now the question is, does a Crobat outspeed Cherry on Top after the Unburden boost? That's the real question, because I honestly am not sure. 394 speed, that's pretty fast, but Unburden I believe doubles your speed, so unless he's running Choice Scarf Crobat, which is really weird, he should not be outspeeding me. And unless he's running a Focus Sash, we should be OHKOing this Crobat, as we do outspeed and we do OHKO it. It's looking like a Cherry on Top sweep. I'm gonna type in my opponent. I'm just getting ready to to put that out there. I would go for a Drain Punch, but if he's a defensive set, he's probably going to live. But then again, he can Will-O-Wisp me. I'm just going to click Return, hope for the best. That's why I nicknamed this thing Cherry on Top. As he does get knocked out, and I'm just going to send that to him because it doesn't look like he can proceed to win unless his Blastoise can take a hit. Let's see if my opponent will type back. I love Slurpuff. I did initially have doubts about this team. Then again, we are a bit lower on the ladder, so yeah. I'm gonna do a calc real quick. I'm pretty sure it'll knock out anyway. Belly Drum +6 Mega Blastoise. A Play Rough will OHKO. I just gotta hope I can hit it. If I don't hit it, he will proceed to knock me out with a Hydro Pump if he is running Hydro Pump. Actually, I don't even think... actually, a Scald could take me out. It most definitely can take me out. I do connect with the Play Rough, so that's going to OHKO the Blastoise. And I can proceed to... and he forfeits. My opponent forfeits because Cherry on Top is just too much for my opponent. Yep. Slurpuff is too powerful. Slurpuff is a pretty good mon. If you can, if you know what Pokemon you can set up on with Cherry on Top, and you can't see your opponent winning after you set up with your Slurpuff, then it's pretty much GG if you don't have a counter or any priority left on your team. That's why I believe Slurpuff is such a threat in UU. Although it's definitely not the best. I don't think it's overpowered in UU. There are a lot of things that check it because, like I said, there are priority users, and you never know when you could run into a random Pokemon with a poison type move or a steel type move that'll just proceed to OHKO you after you belly drum. Also, certain Scarfers can outspeed Slurpuff. As you guys saw in the bonus video, a Choice Scarf Azelf will be able to outspeed a Slurpuff. Right here, my opponent has a pretty threatening team. Although, I could set up on the Umbreon with my Slurpuff. Maybe. Because Umbreon does tend to run Foul Play, and that should OHKO me at +6 if I decide to set it with Slurpuff. So I might not set it with Slurpuff. I do see my opponent opening up with... Actually, what would he open up with? I'm not too sure, but whatever he opens up with, Beedrill looks like a pretty decent lead unless he opens up with Mammal, which actually, now that I think about it, he's probably going to open up with Mamoswine because... because he can get up Stealth Rocks. I'm going to click no on this, and I'm actually going to go out into Luna instead, although Showdown's probably still going to send out my Mega Beedrill, as it does. He does open up with his Mamoswine, as I had thought he would. Mamoswine does outspeed us too. I'm going to do a real quick calc. Mega Beedrill and Mamoswine. A U-turn is going to do a hell of a lot, and an Ice Shard is going to do a hell of a lot as well. I do expect him to go for the Rocks, expecting me to go for the Protect. And I kind of need Beedrill for this match because U-turn will be able to OHKO Espeon. It'll be able to. It should OHKO an Umbreon, although I highly doubt it. Poison Jab on the Machamp will hurt. Poison Jab on the Vaporeon will really hurt. I can't really touch Dragalge. I'm just gonna click U-turn. If he decides to knock me out, so be it. He actually doesn't. I actually outspeed him. Okay. I do expect him to decide to get his Rocks up right here. And I'm going to... What do I want to do here? I'm just going to go out in Luna because it's my dedicated Mamoswine switch. As he does decide to get up his Stealth Rocks, I'm just going to click Psychic here. As he goes for the Icicle Crash, and he flinches me. Oh my lord, this guy. Do not flinch me. Are you serious right now? This is stupid. I hate people who rely on things like that. That's just so dumb. You're not good players if you rely on that crap. You're just not. I'm just saying that. If he flinches me again, okay. I'm going for a Moonlight. We don't get flinched, thankfully. I'm going for another Moonlight because this is ridiculous. Icicle Crash. We don't get flinched again. How many? I would like to check how much PP Icicle Crash gets. They get 16 PP. Okay, so yes, he's used 4, 5, 6 already. So he has 10 left, and we are going to go for a Psychic, and we're going to knock it out. Right here I can see my opponent switching out into his Umbreon or his Dragalge. Either one I'm fine with. Does Machamp get knockoff? I'm not too sure if Machamp gets knockoff. If he has knockoff, you might want to go into that. Although I am physically defensive, he should know that by now. Yes, he is going to go into Umbreon. And right here, Foul Play, Toxic, Heal Bell, Wish Protect. I'm going to go for Moonlight right here. If he wants to go for a Foul Play, he'll be hurt by the Rocky Helmet. And I'm hoping it doesn't do too much, although it is Stab. But like I said, we did put those 0 IVs in attack. That way we can take a Foul Play that much better. How do I put that? Yeah, that does nothing. Look at how much that does. It does absolutely nothing. We're doing more than him than he is doing to us. But then again, I don't have an attacking move. I'm just going to go switch straight out into Slurpuff right here. If he goes for Foul Play, so be it. He actually goes for Toxic. I'm fine with that. Right here, I would like to set up, but I'm just going to go straight for a Play Rough. He has no switches to a Play Rough, although Vaporeon could probably take it. So yeah, if he decides to stay in a Foul Play, he's probably going to lose his Umbreon. Oh my gosh, we miss. Oh my goodness. That is so annoying. He's probably going to go for the Protect if he has it. He doesn't though. We do get the Play Rough off. He's going to take a lot. Now he's going to go for a Protect right here, or he's going to switch out into his Vaporeon probably. I'm going to go for another Play Rough. He's probably going to go for the Protect as I had said. So yeah. Yep, Protect. I'm going to skip that. Play Rough, he'll probably go for another Protect or a Wish. As he actually switches out into his Vaporeon, and Toxic's going to take me out. Right here, I'm just going to go out into Triple H. I'm going to defog the rocks away, and then I'm going to proceed to get my own rocks up. That miss was very devastating though, because I could have taken out the Umbreon on the next turn, unless he went for Protect and got a little bit more leftovers recovery. But even then, he would have been extremely low after that, and there wouldn't have been any way of getting his Umbreon back up to full health after that. And now his Umbreon is sitting at full health. That is annoying. So stupid. So we've been getting hacked quite a bit already. As he actually goes for the Rain Dance. Okay. Right here I'm going to click Stealth Rocks. As he goes for the Scald. My opponent did not make a very wise decision by setting up the rain, because now no Salt Please can just come out in here. If he goes for a Scald, I'm going to get the Storm Drain boost, and I'm going to be sitting at +1 special attack, and he could Toxic me, which he's probably running, and depending on how much damage my Gastrodon does to this Vaporeon, we will see what I will want to do from there. Right here I'm just going to go for the Earth Power. As he switches out into his Machamp, I'm not going for a Scald, although a Scald will kill you, because I'm sitting here in the rain. If you decide to switch out into Vaporeon, so be it. He's probably like, holy crap, that thing hits hard. If he's running Assault Vest Machamp, like that's insane. Like, Gastrodon is so powerful, guys. So powerful. A dynamic punch comes through. He gets a crit. Oh my goodness, guys. We do break through confusion, thank God. Because if we would have hit ourselves from the confusion, then we are getting hacked like ridiculous. And he even has the Espeon with Mo on it. So that just leads me to believe that that's basically what he wants to do, is just basically hacks the opponent and win like that. I don't like you. I'm afraid of this thing being Choice Scarf. For all of you guys who are thinking Choice Scarf Espeon, that's crazy. Not many people run that. But guess what? I ran it before and it works pretty nice. But I'm just going to go ahead and click U-turn, not fearing the Choice Scarf on his Espeon. As I had just told you guys, Choice Scarf Espeon is a thing. Yeah, no. I had a feeling it would be Choice Scarf, but I wasn't sure. So yeah, we could go for a knockoff, although a Psychic's really gonna hurt. But I'm just gonna go out into Mamoswine anyway. I just like, if this guy wins, it's legit only because of hacks. Because let me see here. I'm gonna go to Calcs real quick. Gastrodon. I'm gonna go blank set. It doesn't really matter how much I'm running in that. 152. Yeah, that's about how much I'm running in that. And special defense, I am running about 252, 152. I'm running about 100 or so. How much am I running? 104 in special defense. Espeon. 252. Let's just say you're modest. Oop, not mild, modest. And you're running Psychic. And I have the Assault Vest. Okay. I would have lived the Dynamic Punch at about... well, the crit happened. So I would have lived about somewhere around 30-ish%. So I could have possibly lived the Psychic, gone for the Magic Coat, and proceeded to kill the Espeon. So right there, because of hacks, he ended up getting through that. As you guys see there, he has Choice Scarf. I am going to be able to. I am going to take Life Orb damage and a big Psychic. I'm not too worried about this, simply because I'm running Lunar Dance on my Cresselia, so I will be able to get my my Mamoswine back up to full health, and hopefully proceed to sweep him with it. Although I highly doubt that'll happen. The Dragalge will die to an Earthquake or even an Icicle Crash. He gets the burn right away on Triple H. Yeah. This guy is just complete hacks, just all the way. That's the only reason why this guy won here, simply because of hacks. But that's okay. We will lose, unfortunately. I don't mind it all that much. It's just really annoying how my opponent thinks he's really good just because he's hacking. And I know just because I'm raging, since this guy is a heated Mo fan, I know he's gonna be he's gonna feel proud of himself, and I know he's gonna be happy and feel accomplished. I'm just letting you guys know out there, it's not a good strategy. Obviously, you're just here to. I know those guys are just here to mess around and get people upset. They're not here to win. Which, hey, that's just how some people are. And if that's how they want to be, then that's how they want to be, you know. But yeah, this guy is going to beat me because of hacks. That's okay though. He might want to switch out in his Vaporeon here, expecting a Scald. Although if I go for a Roar, I'll be fine. Excuse me. I'm going to go for the Scald. If he switches out in his Vaporeon, that'll be a good play on his part. Although he might just want to attack me. Actually, because of that, I should have went for a Roar actually. But that's okay. He's going to hit me with the Dragon Pulse. That's fine. If he decides to switch out in his Vaporeon here, expecting another Scald, I'm just going to Roar it out. That way I can just whittle down his Pokemon just a little bit more, hoping that I can sweep with my Mamoswine. As he does switch out in Vaporeon, as I thought he would, and I'm going to be able to Roar out his Umbreon. And, yeah, because of that, I'm going to live at 5%. I am going to go for... the Roar, because if he decides to switch out in his Vaporeon again, I don't want it getting back to full health. I need it as low as possible to even have a chance to sweep my opponent. This Umbreon, though, it doesn't seem like I'm going to be able to knock it out with any one hit unless unless I go for hacks myself and I go for my own Icicle Crashes and things like that. Right here, he gets roared out into his Dragalge. How much am I at? I'm at 19%. So I'm going to switch out into my Mamoswine again. If he's running Choice Scarf Dragalge, my opponent just flat out wins. I'm going to go for the Earthquake here though. And then when I take Life Orb damage, I'm going to switch out into my Cresselia. That way I can go for the Lunar Dance and get as much health and get my Mamoswine back up to full health. Right here I'm going to click Earthquake because it's the strongest possible move. If he decides to switch out, so be it. He'll be taking a lot of damage. He will be able to recover a lot of HP thanks to his leftovers, which is unfortunate. Right here he does switch out into his Vaporeon. I'm going to switch out into my Cresselia. Luna. I would love Mamoswine to sweep the last two Pokemon, but there's just no way that's happening. It's just simply not. An Umbreon with its Foul Play will do way too much damage to me, and he can always just stall me out with Wish Protect, because I don't think an Earthquake will be able to take out a Vaporeon either. Matter of fact, I might as well just do some calcs just to see what's the best move to go for, because maybe I might get lucky and get some hacks. You never know. Vaporeon. Earthquake does only 50%, so yeah. Scald will pretty much OHKO me. Umbreon, I doubt he's a special wall because he took a Play Rough way too well. Earthquake does quite a bit of damage actually, so he actually might be Hydration. Because of that, I'm probably not going to go for the Thunder Wave. I'm just going to go for the Psychic. If he decides to switch out into his Umbreon, so be it. As he does switch out into his Umbreon. I am going to paralyze this Umbreon, though. Synchronize is fine. I don't care. And right here, I'm just going to go for the Lunar Dance. Because I have to. I would have liked to have gotten his Vaporeon a little bit lower on the HP side, but there's not much else I can really do. As I'm going to bring in Mamoswine right here, I do have a chance to Paraflinch him. I do have a chance to Paraflinch him. I do have that opportunity. Icicle Crash. How much do you do, Icicle Crash? We are, yeah, okay. Icicle Crash does 46% to 64%. I'm going to go for the Icicle Crash, and I'm going to be able to tell what set he is depending on how much damage it does. It does 51%. He is able to get the Foul Play off. So we don't get the hacks, but you know, he does. Well, that's okay. I'm going to go for an Earthquake right here. It should be able to take out the Umbreon. Hopefully. It should be able to. He does go for the protect, and he does get the protect. That's really annoying. Because Icicle Crash did 51%, I do believe that he actually is possibly the specially defensive set. So Earthquake still does have a chance to OHKO his Umbreon. I'm really hoping it does, because if we get a low roll, then that is just ridiculous. This game was just set and made for him to win. So yeah. We do get it knocked out. We still do have a chance to win. We still do. Possibly. Vaporeon. Earthquake does about 56 to 66%. This is so close, guys. If I win, I will be so happy. This is how I won my last 2 games. I won the bonus because he could go for protect. That way he could have a higher chance of living. That'd be unfortunate. We do knock it out. Oh my goodness. Actually, I'm gonna be a dick. My opponent leaves straight away. He's so pissed off. I am so happy of beating this guy. Sorry for that loud noise. I just clapped. Oh my gosh. Oh, I am so happy beating this guy. He's probably so pissed off right now. That gives me such satisfaction to do that. Oh man, Mamoswine just wrecks shop, dude. It's ridiculous. Mamoswine pulling through. Oh my goodness. That's legit how I've won my last 2 games that I played. Like I said, I told you guys I played two games before I actually live recorded. One of those being that replay that you guys saw in the UU bonus, and the other one I played offline. And it pretty much came down to Mamoswine again. Yeah. Mamoswine is such a monster. I'm going to share this on the replays. There we go. And okay. Yes. Oh my gosh. I am so happy. He's so mad right now. I can tell he's so mad because he left instantly. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That was intense. Very annoying. And throughout all those hacks, I still came through. I just look at this, guys. Just look at this, okay? Icicle Crash. Once I flinched. Twice I flinched. 3 times I flinched. It's like, what the hell, man? What the hell? I flinched 3 times. Like, that's just ridiculous. Finally able to pull through, knock it out. Although I do take more damage. It's just ridiculous how much this guy hacks me so bad. I missed with my play rough. Like, I could have taken out the Umbreon right then and there. Possibly. And then what else happened? What else happened in this game? Let's see. Getting out my rocks with my Empoleon was extremely huge. That was extremely huge. If it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have won, obviously. Look at that. 8% health Mamoswine coming through. Empoleon coming through. Obviously, Luna for the Lunar Dance coming through, being able to get my Mamoswine all the way back with full health, and then proceeding to sweep with my Mamoswine was just so ridiculous. And then he gets a crit with his Dynamic Punch. Thank God we broke through Confusion, because if we wouldn't have, we definitely would have lost, most likely. So I'm extremely happy. I wouldn't doubt that this Machamp was Choice Scarf, simply because that just seems like to be a set that the Heated Mo would run. Choice Scarf Machamp with Dynamic Punch. That way you can always hit the Dynamic Punch and you just confuse your enemy. And the fact that he critted me, like, I could have lived at a pretty decent amount, and then the Psychic, I could have proceeded to live the Psychic and go for the Magic Coat, and that should have knocked out the Espeon. And then my opponent's just laughing because he's choice scarfed. I had a feeling he would be, but I wasn't sure. I decided to take that risk. That could have lost me the game right there. So yeah, right here, once I lost my my Mega Beedrill, I knew exactly how I was gonna win. It was still very difficult to pull it off. Like, it all depended on the rolls that I got with my Pokemon. And then he gets the burn with his Scald on my Empoleon, which isn't all that big, but every little bit of HP counts, you know. I was able to predict my opponent towards the end with my Roars and Scalds, so that helped out a lot. And I don't think there was any more hacks after that. I do not believe that there was any more hacks. I was able to make use of my Mamoswine as much as possible. La-di-da-di-da. We did get the Thunder Wave off. That could have been very, very useful. It could have been extremely useful. And then we even went for an Icicle Crash, hoping that I would flinch my opponent. But of course, we don't get the flinch because we're not lucky. Like, everything was going his way during this whole game. This whole game, everything was going for him. And we still, at the end, we managed to pull through and defeat this guy. And I feel so accomplished. Because I know he's probably so upset right now. But yeah, with that, I do have a feeling that this video has gone on long enough. And I will wrap it up right here. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed. And as always, take care.